America and anyone else who's watching. I'm Inga Hedlund, and this is Landline, the last real call-in talk show. Today, I think, is the 21st episode. I lost track because for the last month, I was traveling, working, / having a nervous breakdown, so we didn't do the show. But we're here today, and it's going to be awesome, and I'm joined with my buddy Kyle.
Hey, Inga, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. So good to see you.
You too, man. So before we dive in, I thought your last name was Forrester.
It is.
But when I tried to find you on social so I could download a photo of you and mock it up and make a cool thumbnail with us, your Instagram is Kyle Abrams?
Abram. Just Abram.
Abram.
It's just my middle name.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's also apparently another Kyle Forrester who's in music.
There's a lot of Kyle Forresters. Yeah, that's part of why I didn't want to use that.
Yeah, I get that. All right. So which would you like here?
Oh, I don't care. Just Kyle.
Okay, just Kyle.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm here with just Kyle, and today we're talking about basically how Gen Z needs a call-in show, but it's going to be an uphill battle because no one likes to pick up the phone.
Yeah.
Right?
That's my first thought.
Yes.
How are we going to get them to talk in the first place?
Yeah, this is tough. So millennials, which you and I are, right? Are you a millennial or cusper?
Cusper.
Okay.
Depending on how you it changes every few years. When
Yeah,
you
I might be.
Google
I mean,
it.
I'm 82.
You're 82 years old? God, you look great.
Thanks, man. I work really hard.
How did you make it to 82?
Seth is marrying someone much older.
Oh, my God. Inga.
Yeah. No, so this is, I've hit my stride. I'm now 82, born in 1982. So I think that makes me a millennial, right?
Yeah, we're cuspers. I'm 81, so it's
Okay.
Depending on who you ask, from 79 to 83 is like the cusp.
Okay.
Range.
And cusping with what, Gen X?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so I was doing some research to figure out, like, basically, there's like, everyone's always talking about a loneliness.
The loneliness epidemic?
Yes.
Yes, that we're living through every day.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I know. And I'm
Rings
like,
a bell.
Yeah, I mean, and definitely I get it. Like, I was reflecting on this a lot during my last month of, like, flipping out a bit. And so I started looking stuff up, and, like, the stats are crazy. Like, 3 out of 4 Gen Zers feel lonely, report that they feel lonely. Not, like, bored or
yeah.
isolated, legit lonely.
Legit lonely, yeah.
But we have so many ways of connecting now. So you would think, oh, it's counterintuitive. Like, we should be more. Obviously, we know things like friends, like Facebook friends aren't real. But
Yeah.
there's so much time on screens and working and like.
We have a higher quantity of ways to connect, but not necessarily a higher quality of ways
Yes.
to connect.
Yes. And I started thinking about this because, like, so I decided to start weaning off my SSRI, which I've been on for 15 years. But I realized I, like, initially was put on it because I had, actually, honestly, it was because I went in and I was like, I just kind of feel down.
Yeah.
Or I think I
That's
just
what
said,
they
like,
do.
I'm in a bad mood.
Yeah.
And they were like, we got just the thing for you. And then it kept going up over the years because, like, something sad would happen, like a real, like, life stressor.
Yeah.
But then I ended up just staying on it forever because every time I went to the doctors and they were like, oh, so how's the SSRI working for you? And I was like, I don't know, fine. I mean, I'm here. So we never looked at it again. Anyway, flash forward, I'm now getting all these, like, physical side effects that come with long-term use. So I've decided to go off. So I've been open on this show about how I'm in recovery. It's as gnarly as quitting drinking or drugs.
Oh, they got some serious substances over there on the
Like-
Western medicine, like
Seriously. Goddamn. So
prescription side of things. It's the biggest drug dealer, most
Yes.
dangerous drug dealer in the world.
I mean, for real. Okay. And so
That's hardcore, man.
I stopped. I didn't want to go to a doctor to talk about it because, I mean, I haven't even told them, but I should definitely be doing that. But I was like, I don't really trust doctors because every time I go to the doctors, they want to, like, they don't want to take me off medicine, and not for any reason other
Yeah.
than,
Their
but just
business model is clear, and they stick to it pretty good.
right.
And they don't have any qualms about it, really. I mean,
Right. And, like, I made the mistake of going off my other prescription drugs cold turkey, so I know not to do that. Like I did that back in the day when I was on like
Yeah.
uppers and downers. So this I knew to like titrate, take it chill, but I figured, you know who I'm going to ask? My girl Chat GPT. And I have literally like pages and pages of research, and like I'll turn to her and I'll be like, all I can do is eat almond butter today. Is that normal? And she's like, girl, you hang in there. You're doing just great. So I realized,
I don't know.
I know, I
The
know.
best oracle
Not
about
at all.
almond butter advice.
So I bring all this up because to circle back to our topic, I was like, it is so hypocritical that here I am. My whole thing is people need to connect, call in, talk. Like I do a whole talk show that's about calling in, like make sure you can connect with a person.
Yeah.
That's different. And all I'm doing is asking ChatGPT all my shit. Like, especially over the last month.
Well, it's a wild world. I mean, you got to kind of have a foot in everything to kind of get by these days.
It's true.
You
And
yeah.
And I don't know if you do this, but I'm always like, oh, well, I know how the person's going to react. So I don't ask them, but I don't know what ChatGPT is going to say.
Like in what context? So you're because you're asking ChatGPT instead of
Like
what would
a
be the-
doctor or like, I'm in, like I mentioned, like I'm in a recovery program, so I have a sponsor. I'll ask ChatGPT before I ask her, where it's like,
Well, it's almost like, and especially with AI coming up and getting so good,
Yeah.
like so quick, like we all have a best friend that knows more than any other friend that you can possibly have all the time, and so of course we're going to leverage that.
Yeah.
Like but should we? It takes away
Yes.
from the old, but you got to move forward. I mean, you got to go some direction.
that's the thing, is that I think it's really bringing into like recess what we get from human interaction. And it's not
Yeah, to really value it.
Yes, because it's like, look, why? Like, we're all, I mean, everyone likes to think that they're busy. I don't know if all of us really are, but we busy ourselves.
Yeah, distracted at least.
Yes. And so, where it's like, okay, there's something about human interaction that's valuable. What is it? And that's what these stats, like, I pulled up a whole bunch on Gen Z, but I don't want to sit here reading my phone because it's more interesting to talk to you. About things where it's like, you know, no one's having sex, which I mean, I'm fine with because I'm very repressed. But like, there's, you know, things where it's like no one's ever.
No sex, no babies, no babies, no human race.
I know. I'm not
Kind of a big deal.
I'm not a great model.
Oh, okay.
Guys, I'm no one's role model. I'm figuring this all out here.
Yeah.
But I think like what it I started to think about was human interaction is valuable not because it's giving you information. Like that's what I get from ChatGPT, right? And I think this kind of goes back to the old adage of when someone turns to you, they don't need advice and they don't need you
Yeah,
to
they need
tell
attention.
Yeah, or just
is
to
usually
listen.
Right. You know,
I mean,
the
yeah,
main-
attention, but it's like you want to feel less alone. So it's like listening and at most it being like, I can relate, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, connection is kind of the antidote to everything because it alleviates fear at the root level, and then that's going to have a real good causal effect.
Yes,
Yeah, so-
yes. It's hard. I mean, and honestly, like, if I hadn't gotten desperate and needed it in times in my life because my life like hit rock bottom, I would not have started talking with people. I definitely
Yeah.
would have turned to all the systems that I have and tech because it's like, well, yeah, these are working fine and they're more advanced than humans have ever seen before and all this stuff. And it is like having a pocket best friend, but it's like my best friend would be someone on the phone who's like, I can just sit there while I'm crying.
Yeah, to give because screens can't give attention back very well.
Yes.
They're working on it with like a live stream. But it doesn't. It's just comments, and it's
Yes.
also disconnected. It'll never be the case, I don't think. But
Yeah. And like there's this sort of thing happening where people fall like I forget what it was. I have the numbers here somewhere, but basically like more frequently Gen Zers fall in love with a personality they've only interacted with online than in real life.
because they're they're so ingrained to like build up things in their head. It's all this like virtual world anyway.
Yes.
And so that's most of our worlds are now like virtual.
Yes.
Most of the time.
Yes. And you and I
And it's
both.
causing all of those stats, which you haven't gone in, but I know them all because I've watched all this stuff. and
Yeah, I was gonna. I mean,
they're
and
alarming.
they're alarming.
Extremely alarming.
And like, because you and I both, we spent a lot of time online, like for our jobs.
Yeah. Too much, yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about it?
I
Like,
hate it. It's terrible.
Yeah.
But it's
tell me
also
about
like,
it.
well,
Tell me about how you're doing. Tell me about your life.
oh gosh. Well, yeah, it's way too much time on screens, certainly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you get in like, oh, I'm like going to produce something or create something, and I want to do all the R&D and watch it, and then you just stare at the void forever and ever and ever. And,
Yes.
you know,
What's R&D for our listeners?
research and development.
But like, what would that be for you and yours?
So you want to make content, then
Yeah.
you need to watch content so you understand what.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it's
you
like,
research and then develop.
so you don't mean like necessarily like you're staring at it, looking at the stats of how you're performing. It's more like you just are immersing yourself in like the culture.
Yeah, just watching with an eye of like, okay, how do they do this? What's
Yeah.
really going on? The producer's eye.
Yeah.
I've always done that naturally, but like with social media, it's so addicting.
is.
It's like it's very addicting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how often, like, would you say? Because I think, so. Okay, so one of the whole points of this show is that one of the things I loved growing up was that show Loveline,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah,
so
Adam Carolla and
Dr. Drew.
Dr. Drew. Yeah.
Yes. For anyone who doesn't know, it was a show where basically you would call and be like, "What's this rash on my testicles?" And Dr. Drew was someone who had no last name for a long time. He was anonymous. It was a radio show. He would give you like a real answer. And Adam Carolla was a stand-up comedian, right?
Yeah, originally, yeah, but mostly like talk show fame is his big thing.
Okay.
Because of that was a big thing of his, I think.
Yeah, yeah. He would
Like
say
Man
some.
Show or something like that.
Oh, was that him?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. And Adam would say something like, "Dude, that's gross," or whatever. Or
Yeah.
you'd be like, "Oh, I had that last week." And you would just kind of feel like part of a community, even though you're not interacting with them. But it was different than me asking ChatGPT, "Is it okay that all I'm doing is eating almond butter?" It feels nice that she tells me it's okay, but it'd be so much more if I had a friend being like, "Oh, I don't eat almond butter all the time, but let me tell you what I've done with like marshmallow fluff." You know?
Yeah, or like, what are you really saying behind? What is the 3 layers down that you're actually hinting at that you're not even aware of yet?
Yes.
That your friend has the capacity to like draw out of you and
Yes.
know that that's even a thing. And,
Yes, where it's like, didn't your
Yeah.
dad give you almond butter when you were 7 and now you're compulsively eating it? Or that's
Yeah.
made up, that's not real. But like something like that, where someone who knows you can actually kind of engage.
Yeah, and you get the companionship out of it. Which
Yeah.
is, you can't get from information overload. I feel like, remember that scene in Indiana Jones, the skulls one, where at the end the Nazi girl wants all the information,
Yes.
and then it just like overwhelms her and she explodes or whatever.
Yes.
Like that's what we're
Oh
all
my
going
gosh, that's
through
right.
because we're not built to handle access to all of this.
Yeah.
And so it's just filling up the time and we're not connecting as much. And
Holy shit. You know what I just remembered? Were you a church kid at all?
not for brief little periods, but not really.
Okay. Like, you know, Garden of Eden, and it's like the tree
Mm-hmm.
and Eve, the apple. The tree, I remember when I learned that it was called the tree of knowledge. And I was like,
That's
what?
right.
Like, why would God tell them
It's
not
Apple,
to?
like your computer.
I know.
It's
It started
patterned after
yeah,
it.
it's
They're not
everywhere.
hiding it.
where it's like, dude, wait, hold on. Is that real?
I mean, it's a real thing I heard on the internet
Okay,
that
so
I
yeah.
think is real.
Okay. I never thought
Asterisk
of
on everything. This is the internet still. But no, I think it's real.
Yeah, I mean-
I entertain that.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It's prophetic, like it's definitely happening. And I remember thinking as a kid, I was like, why would it be bad to want knowledge? Like that seems counterintuitive, and why would we be given brains if we can't use it? Blah blah. But now at this, there's something interesting happening in humanity where it's like, oh, because knowledge is usurping humanity. It's just
Yeah, I mean,
information.
answered questions just lead to more questions. It's this infinite thing, and we're only so big. I only have so much bandwidth to perceive.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
finite. Like, yeah,
It's interesting to think
information's
too,
dangerous.
like falling in love with a fantasy. I think is like as old as time. Like people, or I guess as long as like print media has been around. You know what I mean? Where it's like I'm sure lots of people were in love with Marilyn Monroe and things like that. Where it's like it's a fantasy of a person, like someone that you don't know or that you have this concept of.
Yeah.
But I think now the fact that that is trumping real relationships, there's something core there because, like, my first thought is I'm remembering, like, that whole idea of the way you actually fall in love with someone is because of their smell.
Yeah, there's all these other factors that we don't even, that are super,
Yeah.
and organic, that is, because that's our strongest. Olfactory is the strongest, oldest sense in the mammalian.
Yeah.
It's the oldest one. It's so strong. One of the last ones to go. And then, how just like location affects it and practical things affect it. And now we have all this information and access, but it's actually equaling out to less relationships and less children and
Yeah.
less happiness and weird balances of power that we didn't know really were there before. And
Yeah.
it's crazy.
It really is. Okay, so let's get back to like our lives to make it, because sometimes I can get too abstract, and at least for me, I want to hear like what people are actually going through. So, one, can you tell us quickly like what you do, just for context for everyone who's watching who doesn't know you?
So yeah, I live in Nashville. Just moved here a couple years ago, working on making music, developing artists, and yeah, just kind of focusing on the music business in general, but mostly around production and music. And
Yeah.
which really ultimately means, for any business, like the number one job is making content, just like
Yes.
so.
Yeah.
That's it still all just kind of comes down to that at the end of the day, as far as like where we're gonna actually get traction to do anything or have success. But yeah, we make music, and yeah, that's the main thing I'm doing right now.
So, in your day to day, like how often are you interacting with people?
Not very often at all. It's a huge problem.
Yeah.
Huge problem. Yeah.
Like, what's your daily life like? Like, you wake up.
I have like a little micro studio, or I have my studio in there, and I work from there and keep things really like low budget to keep it going. And so yeah, I'll get up kind of whenever, we were working on our schedule, and that was really good for me.
Who's we?
Me and Bennett, the artist I'm developing,
Got it.
producing, and yeah, just try to stick to a schedule. That's really the hardest part. For, like,
Yeah.
artist types, especially for me.
So, do you interact with Bennett a lot? Like, is that your main point
Yeah.
of like personal contact?
Yep, main thing. We had like a band for a while, but there was other members, but they couldn't hang out as much or do as much, and Bennett and I were a little more focused and able to spend time. So
Lawrence was in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lawrence was on the show.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
It's saved. I haven't had time to go watch it, but I gotta watch that one.
He came with like bits prepared. And he had a really funny story that he wasn't allowed to tell because his girlfriend told him not to tell it.
Well, why are we talking about that? That's sort of funny in itself.
I know.
How Larry David of him.
I know. I was like, what the heck? Okay, so most of your time, so it's like, yeah, you're running a business from your home, or like, building an empire
Yeah.
from your micro studio. You interact with your artist, but otherwise, yeah, it's like,
Everything hinges on the computer. It's this way for everything. Like,
yeah.
like regular, jobs are less and less and less, and most everything is just like a computer. It's a little bit more lethargic, so we're not moving as much, and
Yeah.
there's just so much changing and going on.
Yeah. So it's funny. One of the things I was doing was bringing a landline like this to bars and things and putting up,
Oh, good idea.
right, like a little sign, and where it's like, just leave a message, just speak into the void, and it records it, and then I can play it on the show. And most recently, I did it at Gramps Bar, which is up on Gallatin. It's in East Nashville for anyone who's local. It's great. It's literally like a garage, and it's supposed to feel like having a drink in your grandpa's garage or something. And they have a non-alcoholic night thrown by an awesome company called Killjoy. And so that was the last place I did it at. And real talk, I like kind of internally flipped out during it.
What happened?
Like-
What was so?
I went, I set it up, and usually I set it up and I leave. Like I did this at Dive Motel once and just set up, left it overnight, came back. They were like, oh, well, you know what? Because we're like, it's an event that we just kind of host, like you have to leave tonight with it. So I had to stay there the whole time. I can't be around people that much. Like it made me realize how much I don't know how to be around people.
Okay.
And all I needed to do, like when I was a drunk, I could hang out anywhere.
Yeah. You get the cloak of good vibes.
Yeah, man, social lubricant.
Even if it's just placebo. Like it sort of works. Like,
Yes. And I thought I was hilarious. Whereas like
You probably were.
I think I was mostly
I
loud.
honestly cannot imagine you not being completely hilarious.
Like I was a lot.
But yeah, no, it's
And so I end up all of a sudden I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't drink. Thank goodness it was like non-alcoholic only stuff there. Like the whole bar gets locked down, so it's just non-alcoholic stuff served that night. So you can't even like order regular stuff. So people would come in and be like, "There's no booze," and leave. But there was also a really cool crowd of like people into like sober curious, whatever.
pretty rare for a bar to do that,
I know. This is why
especially in this town.
Yes. This is one reason I was like, oh, I want to like mention on the show, and I wanted to do a collaboration with them because I think it's such a cool idea. And they had people like they had someone like doing like tarot card readings and someone else doing like horoscopes because they have different themes. So some nights it's like trivia. That night it was like Astro night. So they do it every
Sounds like a
Tuesday.
real party.
Yeah, it's every Tuesday. They call it Twisted Tuesday, and they turn over and do this. But back to me having a meltdown. So I'm sitting there, and I literally at one point, I'm like, I need a drink. And I haven't been that way in forever. But it was being around all these people, and they had all of these like THC infused drinks and stuff like I'm not allowed to have. So where I was like, okay, I called a freaking friend, which I never do. I'm supposed to do. And I'm here promoting people leaving messages and talking.
Yeah.
And it was
Put
like,
your money where your mouth is, Inga.
I know, and I can't do it, Kyle. So finally, I got my friend Devin to come. I had 3 non-alcoholic drinks lined up in front of me. Like I'm drinking NA drinks alcoholically. Where she was like, what's happening? And I was like, I'm not okay, Devin. So Devin came, hung out with me, and then the Killjoy owners came over and said hi. They're the nicest people in the world. They were super lovely. And it got back to me that people wanted to leave messages, but everyone was worried about not being funny or not being like everyone only feels comfortable performing.
Yeah, just picking up the phone and talking is like a dying art. So
It's
somebody's
so
got
hard.
to champion it.
Yeah, and where it's like, guys, no, you can just
Yeah.
like when I was a drunk, I would talk to anything. So where like I would have just been like, I'm so alone. Like I would have just talked into it. But people
Not me, man. I was
Yeah, wait.
off. I was off on a solo adventure every time.
I was asking someone else about this and they said the same thing. They were like,
Yeah.
oh no, I was just by myself.
Yeah, not good.
I don't know which is worse. Like, I mean, neither is ideal, but like,
No, there are major pros and cons in both. Mostly cons.
I feel like when you're out, the stakes get raised like pretty quickly. Like,
Yeah, I mean that's the whole idea. Like, how fast can we escalate this?
yes. Like I was constantly like, let's break the law. Like let's go. Like I was. I mean, I remember one time like talking to. Well, he said he was a policeman. It's hard to. No one's. I don't know.
It's all a dream.
Right? I just realized like I'm not going to tell that story.
Remember, wrap it back around. We're only limited to our own perspectives anyway. So
Yeah.
like,
No, it's true.
just do the best you can. Keep moving on. There's no such thing as perfect truth.
No. I mean, like, but so this is the thing too with, like, I want to bring this show Like, I just keep making it available. Like, even when I was having my meltdown, I kept like writing articles and posting them and keeping the voicemail open in case like someone wants to call in. I'll get it together and I'll do a show.
Yeah.
But it's hard because whenever I talk to people about the show, they love it and they're like, I want to call in. And I feel like it's similar to when you meet someone and you're like, this is great, let's connect, this is going to be great. But it's really hard.
Yeah, the surface level face value layer of that, like, let's connect. It's, of course, everyone's down with that.
Right.
No one's going to side with not being down in the moment. You know,
Right.
it's just casual tail wagging.
Yes. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like though there's something in me that's like it's important to talk on the phone.
It is. No, it's information. You know, there's just so much more information with body language and tone of voice and
Yeah.
all that. Then and that's not going to change anytime soon. Like,
Yeah.
You know, we might be like creating like versions of ourselves with AI and doing it that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's still quicker and more efficient to just have a natural, normal conversation. There's so much more gets conveyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, if you had to, one of the things, here, actually, this is worth saying. So, one of the stats is 1 in 4 Gen Z adults say they don't have a single close friend.
Yeah. Makes sense.
1 in 4 don't have a single close friend?
Yeah, I mean, it could be somewhat semantics, somewhat
Sure.
the definitions changing, which is always a thing. But, I mean,
Do you have a close friend?
yeah, I have close friends. I have a number of close. Well, we have, like we know each other from recovery. So
Yeah.
now you're open about that in this channel. Like that's.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you wanted to say it.
I'm open. Yeah, I don't think. You don't make it without finding some close friends, and so I've been lucky that way. But normal people, like, they're just on their phones all the time. That's not. You can't really have a close friend
Yeah.
on the phone, even if you're investing a lot of time in it. It doesn't gel the same way.
Yeah, 100%. And I think there's something interesting too. Like, I almost feel bad for people who aren't in recovery. Like, I mean, it's great that they're not having to do,
Yeah.
like, but there's something about having the sort of baseline when you meet someone and you're like, oh, we've both lost everything
Yeah.
and we're just here. And there's like a leveling sort of. And I'm trying to think like how that can happen for people, because there's something about that like baseline humanity that needs to be met in order to make the human connection. But not everyone needs to be an addict, obviously. So like, what's the other?
I think all roads lead to Rome. Like, everyone's maturing and everyone's going in that direction.
Yeah.
But it's also just like people are so much more varied than I'm even remotely capable of like comprehending all at once.
Yeah.
So like, I just can't be the judge of that anymore. Just my best guess is the best I can do. Try to move forward with somebody, but yeah.
Yeah. I think, well, let's see. So we have, we're almost out of time. Okay. So let's see. I'll list off a couple more stats and you can tell me which one jumps
Sweet.
out at you. All right. This generation is having, we already said that, less sex. Who cares? 60% of Gen Z.
I think a lot of people care.
I mean, if you care, you're free to call in. 615-212-5437. 543. Yes, that's right.
You got this.
Yeah, I was like, wait, is that the right number? Yeah, nailed it. Okay, I haven't said it out loud in a while. Guys, thanks for hanging in there. Also, my fiance is running production. So if it's super good, that's why.
It's not.
He says it's not. Okay. It says 60% of Gen Z say they've developed feelings for someone they've only interacted with online. And if you're wondering why no one's calling, 1 in 3 Gen Zers would rather text than talk, even
yeah.
with people they love.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I do that. I mean, like,
Yeah, it's easier to detach. It's less energy. I mean, energy always takes the path of least resistance. And
Yeah.
so now that that's been available and like standardized for so long now, it's probably not changing. But
so how about in closing, since you are a cusper like me, if you were to call into a talk show and no one could see your face, we'll block you out when we edit this.
Okay.
Like, what question would you want to ask a talk show that, like, you, as a sort of for instance for someone?
I am not the market. I am like so
Kyle,
introverted.
This is why I'm at. Do it.
So I would never call. I would just watch that. I would watch that show, but I would probably never call in.
Kyle, okay, so this is a
So
good.
wait. To this what topic?
Any topic. Like, the idea is
any
it's
topic.
always an open line.
I mean, I would just want to hear like whatever like the biggest train wrecks are, like like those old like talk shows, like Phil Donahue or whatever, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I suppose that's why those shows are funny.
Yeah.
But then they're also like really smart too, like the doctor and they're like Dr. Drew. So anytime you can mix humor and like really good information, then
But like,
that's
what
cool.
would
But I just don't have questions. I don't have questions like that.
Kyle, you definitely do. Okay. I'll give you some, for instance, for me, and then if you really don't have any, we'll close the show.
Okay.
So for me, it would be like, is it normal? No, I wouldn't even ask, is it normal? Because no, it's not normal. I would say, what's wrong with me that I don't want to take showers?
Yo, what the hell is wrong?
I don't
See?
know.
Just waiting for you to come up with it is just so much more entertaining for me. I would not think. I don't think that at all.
Where it's like, I would be
I
curious.
quite like taking showers personally. So.
Most people do. I totally get panicked. It's too much time alone with myself.
Too much time alone. It's like 10 minutes.
That's
How
so
long showers are
long.
you taking, Inga?
Like 10 minutes would be a long one. Like if
Really?
Yeah, I
So
mean,
you're taking lightning quick showers and it's too much
too
time to be
long.
alone?
It's too long. Yeah. So
This
that
is a question that needs to be answered.
Yes.
That I can validate for
okay.
you.
Thank you.
What the answer is, I can only speculate.
Yeah, perfect. But even me sharing that question with you, I feel a little bit better.
Good. That's what friends are for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't put you on the spot. We'll close out. Wait, unless you thought of something.
No, I'd already
Okay.
forgotten. I'm just easy does it, man. I'm so like going with the flow all the time.
Yeah, no, you would be a good person to field questions. So we'll have you back on once people start actually watching the show and calling in.
Awesome.
By the way, thank you for being a pitch hitter and coming in.
My pleasure.
Claire, for everyone who's regular watchers, she is in, I think, Montana with her family. She was just in Africa. I don't know if she works or like what. Like she's always traveling.
Traveling for a living.
I know, man.
It's quite a distance to span.
I know. Okay. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Kyle, for coming. I really appreciate
My
it.
pleasure.
And we will be here probably next week, maybe at Switch Yards. Doesn't matter. Just visit thelandlineshow.com to get updates. Thanks.